Hello, hockey hosers out there across the nation. Welcome to another episode.
Hello, hockey hosers out
of
there across the nation.
Hockey hosers.
Welcome to another
And
episode.
let me get rid of that
Hockey
echo. I
hosers out
apologize. There we are. This is Dylan coming at you from Ontario, Canada, and I've got my pal, who is our connection in New York, USA. Greg, how's it going, buddy?
It's going great, man. How are you doing?
Not too bad, man. So we actually had a pretty cool night tonight because both our teams were playing, not each other.
Yep.
So we're still
Nope.
friends.
Yeah, for now.
And how did it go? Let's start with you. What's going on? How are your boys looking?
It was first game of the year, man. They were sloppy, definitely very sloppy. Well, they also played the Capitals. Capitals are a very good team. They've also already played their first game, so it was a sloppy game, man. But first game, like I said, they're gonna get the ball rolling eventually. I know they will. They always do. So, good plays here and there. They had a lot of good chances, a lot of pucks off the pipe and stuff like that. So, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it
And how
wasn't,
did what's up?
oh yeah, it wasn't a blowout or anything, right?
No, it was
2-1?
only 2-1.
Yeah.
But there was like all these like small chances that they definitely could have just buried the puck. But it's early season.
Yeah.
Those plays will come. You know what I mean?
Squeezing the stick a little too tight, maybe some nerves.
Yeah, little nerves. Yeah, there's always nerves. Especially
And-
with those guys on opening night.
And you got a lot of you have a lot of new faces on the team too, right?
A lot of new faces, new goalie, new couple of new players like Derek Brassard, and defense is relatively the same. They do have Noah Dobson, who's one of their big time defensemen that they drafted back a couple years ago, and he's basically ready. They just wanted to sit him this game, and it's like a situational type of player.
Yeah.
They'll bring him in when the time's right, type of thing. But yeah, I mean, like they got a lot of new players and stuff, so it's a lot of molding still to do, and we'll get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How'd the Maple Leafs do today, bud? Let's talk about it.
I've had no complaints so far.
Oh, I know you haven't, dude.
So this was their second game tonight. The first game, they had their home opener in Toronto against Ottawa, and the first period, the first period was definitely Ottawa's period. They won that period. Unlike most Leaf fans, though, I wasn't nervous after that first period. It was only a goal. I think it wasn't until close to the halfway mark of the second period where the Leafs just totally started dominating, like puck possession, chances. They were 0 for 3 on the power play, which at first I was like, come on, guys, you're supposed to have like the top power play unit on paper in the league here. But
yeah.
they've done a few changes on that as well, so I don't know if they're just getting used to that. Tonight, however, man, did they ever shine on the power play. Like, they just look beautiful. So they have Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner now on opposite sides on their offhands. And I think that's really going to work out. You look at all those top teams like Tampa Bay. You guys just played one, Washington Capitals. All those guys that have those like star players like Ovechkin. What's his name on Tampa? Why am I drawing a blank here? Anyways, they all do that setup, that one-timer setup on their offhand side.
Yeah, I got you.
And it works, look at Ovechkin. It's that one-timer that works, right? So they're trying that now with Austin Matthews. They want to set him up for one-timers on his offhand, and it's working. He popped in a couple of goals. He got a goal tonight. Mitch Marner, again, on his offhand, he got one goal on the power play. I don't know if the second one was a power play goal, but he had a nice little move to break the zone. Really happy with Tyson Barrie. He's looking good. It's not taking him a lot of time to settle in. He's already dipsy doodling through people. I was kind of surprised to see him playing on the second unit with Muzzin on the opening night. But come to think of it, I kind of like that, because why have two Morgan Riley type players on your top line. You should have like a stay at home type of guy and then your offensive guy as well, right? And I think they're just trying to replicate that on their second pairing with Barry and Muzzin. And Muzzin had a hell of a game, so I couldn't be more happy.
Well, he had a hell of a game tonight.
Yeah, he
You're
did.
saying?
Yeah, he had a hell of a game both games. Yeah. Opening
Yeah.
night and tonight too. Yeah, they're doing really good.
Yeah, he's definitely, he played a really good game the last 2 nights. But the Islanders have had like especially tonight, they played that they call it the best fourth line in hockey. You got Casey Kazikas centering Matt Martin and Cal Clutterbuck, and that trio right there was like literally on the ice the entire night today. I don't know why they decided to play them. Like, I feel like every time I looked at the TV screen, those 3 players were on the ice. Now, mind you, they did play a very, very good game, but I couldn't understand like why those 3 guys. I would love to see the ice time and see how much ice time they had, because I felt like they were out there forever.
You think they got a
This
little too
entire-
much ice time?
That's what I feel. But then again, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know. I have to look at the ice time for
So-
each player.
well,
I'd have to see what the case was.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were trying to match him up against well, the Capitals' best line tonight was the hell's his name? Oshie.
Oh yeah, TJ Oshie.
His line.
Yeah.
His line. I forgot his line mates, but
Not surprising.
he had the one, I think the lead power play goal. He had the goal number 2.
Right.
And he was that line was just a force to reckon with tonight. They shut down Ovechkin. Ovechkin didn't have any points tonight, and that's usually the case. I mean, the Islanders are very good at shutting down those big time players, but when it comes to like those secondhand players, and there's always like somebody that's going to be open.
Yeah.
Because those big players are getting shut down and they're going to score the goals. And I mean, just look at Oshie. I mean, they picked up Oshie, I don't remember when, but ever since he got on the Capitals, he's had, I think it was 33 power play goals since he's joined the Capitals.
Yeah.
That's a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a player, man. Yeah.
You got to watch him. You got to really watch him on the power play, because he's deadly.
Dude, I remember watching him in juniors when he played on the American team, and I think it was against Canada. It went to a shootout, and it was one of those games. It was USA versus Canada, and in I can't, was it the Olympics? I can't remember. It might have been the I can't remember if it was the Boxing Day tournament or if it was the Olympics. Anyways, it was one of the international games. And you know how like in the international hockey you can pick the same shooter if you want in the shootout. Like you can literally have one guy just shoot every round.
Yeah.
That's what they did with Oshie. And I remember he won the shootout single-handedly against Canada. Like he fucking just kept
unbelievable,
scoring, man. Like the kid's got hands. He's a great player.
He's got very good hands.
I would love to see him.
He's like one of those players that I feel like you forget is out on the ice.
You do.
And
Until it's
once
too late.
you forget once you forget he's on the ice, it's too late, and then he's putting the puck in the net. So
yeah,
that's you got to watch that guy, man. He's he put the Islanders down tonight.
So with your top, what was your top line like tonight? Did they look rusty? Did they look greasy? Like your top 2 lines? Maybe that's why Trotz was playing the third.
You know what? Barzal had a really bad play. He coughed the puck up that almost led to a goal in the first period or second period. I don't remember what it was, but he also, Barzal had a lot of complimented his mistakes with some decent plays. He had a really good he could stick handle, man. Barzal could really stick handle, and he had I forgot which player it was, but just chasing him around. I think it was Gusev.
Okay,
his name was chasing him around the rink because he was just skating around everybody, and he was deking and diving, and he got a shot on net. It was a really really good play, but it's like the top line, I guess it was him and brain farting right now. Lee, and and Bailey. No, it wasn't Bailey, because Bailey was on second line, I think. Or no, Bailey's on the first line, I think, because I think it was Komarov on the second line with Nelson, and no, maybe not. I don't even remember what the friggin' lines were.
I always forget you guys have Uncle Leo on the team. I
Yeah,
always
dude, we got
forget that.
Uncle Leo.
I
yeah.
miss that guy so much. And Martin.
Yeah,
you know, like those are good guys to have in your bottom six, man. You guys you are lucky in that regard. And I'll tell you right now, Trotz does not play favorites. So that's why I asked you about your top two lines tonight. Maybe they weren't impressing him, because Trotz will bench Ovechkin. I remember, you know, like if you're not playing, if you're not buying into his system that night, or if he just doesn't find you hustling, he'll sit you on the bench and he'll play his bottom six. So
yeah,
you never know, right? Could have been.
Yeah, so the Islanders' top line was Barzal, Everly, and Lee, and then you had second line, I think it was Nelson, Bailey, and Del Cole.
Yeah,
they played Del Cole tonight, and he was top. I think he was pick 5 in 2014. I think they picked him number 5.
Yeah.
And he's finally getting his first NHL
getting some ice time.
Debut. Yeah, he's supposed to be a really good player, man. But you also got the Islanders' defense was very very good tonight. They had a lot of block shots. They were definitely clearing the puck away from the net. You had Ryan Pulak and Adam Pelech, who are the top the two top defensemen, and they play very well against the top tier players like Ovechkin and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and you could even see it. It was evident in the playoffs last year against Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
they played that line against Crosby's line, and they shut down Crosby's line. They didn't even let Crosby get any points in that playoff series.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
swept them too.
They yeah, and it was just they got depth, and they got a lot of good players. It's first game, so
exactly.
They'll pick it up. I know they will.
Oh, listen, man. It's like you say, first game. It's nothing to get that bummed out over. Just like like Toronto's 2 wins are nothing to get that excited over. It's a long way to go.
You can't win them all, dude.
There's 80 more for the Leafs. You've got 81 more for the Isles. It's a long season, man. It is a long season.
It just sucks because the Rangers won last night, and and it was just I don't know what the outcome of the Devils game was. I know it was in a shootout, so I don't know who won that.
Oh, for tonight? Yeah, it was what, 4-4, I think, the last time we saw.
Yeah, it was 4-0. And then
was it
Schneider
really?
got hurt. Yeah, it was 4-0 Devils in the third, and then Schneider got hurt in the third. It looked like he got hurt in the third. I saw him at the bench, and it looked like he was hunched over and he was like holding his knee or something on his leg, and he looked hurt. Then all of a sudden, Blackwood, whatever his name is.
Blackwood.
Is that what his name is?
Mackenzie Blackwood, yeah.
Yeah, Blackwood. He was in the net. And then all of a sudden it was, 4-1. And then it was 4-2, like,
oh, that's awful.
2 minutes later. And then it was 4-3, 4-4. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Oh,
that sucks, man.
Poor Blackwood, man. Can you imagine?
Yeah, dude, he just got
you're up 4-0.
thrown into the fire, and
Oh, hold on. I gotta see the final here, man. Because if they lost, what a punch to the nuts that would be, man. Let me. Oh, where's my fucking? That's terrible. Poor guy.
They lost, dude.
No way.
Yeah, 5-4 in a shootout. Oof.
No way.
Poor Devils, man. Poor Blackwood, bro.
That's awful, man.
That really stinks.
Mackenzie Blackwood, he had 9 saves. Where's the shots? I'm looking for it here. 0.7 save percentage. Oh man, that's like the worst feeling ever.
For sure.
Yeah, and it was like it was a shootout, not a literal shootout, but I mean it was like a pew 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 shootout the other night with the New York Rangers, man, 6-4, and that was like such a back and forth game between the Jets. And I'm waiting for all these young guys to score. Like I wanted to watch that game last night to see Capo Caco pop one in. was
I don't think
really
he got any points last night. I
yeah.
don't even think he had an assist.
No,
But
he was
that's
off the
fine. You know,
board. Yeah, well, for sure. These guys are,
he'll
you know,
get it.
they're
Yeah.
and Jack Hughes. I was hoping to see him buzzing around the ice tonight.
I don't know if Jack Hughes got any points today. I don't know
He
if he was
he
in on any of the
he's yeah
plays.
no he's off the scoreboard as well.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at it here,
Well,
which means fuck all. But I'm just saying I'm
yeah, exactly.
excited to watch these guys play. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
and yeah, that's a bummer though, man. About Schneider, I hope that's nothing long term because I'm telling you, I really do think like these teams that are going through their rebuilds, some of them are going to take longer than others, which is expected when you're going through a rebuild.
Hmm.
You know, you look at the Leafs, they had quick success after the rebuild, and I think like the Rangers and the Devils, especially the Devils, I think are going to have a quick rebuild. I think you're going to see them like both those teams
Yeah.
could make the playoffs this year. I'm going to say it right now. I might sound like a crazy person, but it's possible.
You know what? Anything is possible in this Metropolitan Division, man.
Oh.
Every team in this division is stacked. I
It-
mean, you can go as far as say that Buffalo, like,
I was going to say you can go as far as to say most of the teams in the East are stacked.
yeah. I mean, Philly has a chance this year, you know, to be a really good team. You know, there's just so many variables. And a
Yeah.
lot of players just change hands, you know.
Oh yeah. Did you see the shenanigans with Evander Kane the last game of the preseason
Vander Kane. Yes.
going
I did.
into it was the last game of the preseason before
Yeah.
before
He got in trouble or something, right? He got into some kind of
yeah. So the Sharks and Vegas just hate each other, and I really love that. I wish we could see more teams like that. Like Vegas has been in the league for
definitely.
like what 2 years, and they already have like a hate rivalry between the Sharks, and I think it's so wonderful because hockey's really missing those teams that just absolutely hate each other. And Kane, man, he will fight anybody. He fought who's that big fucker on Vegas? Reeves. He fought fucking Reeves last year. Like he's a
really?
Oh yeah, he's a maniac. Like that dude's like Reeves is like the toughest dude in the NHL. Like I wanted to see him and Big Buff fight.
Yeah.
It never happened, but I mean that would have been like two heavyweights going at it. Kane dropped the gloves with him. But anyways, yeah, that was bullshit, man. So he gets into a little bit of a chirping match. I mean, it wasn't even a fight. It was a chirping match, which probably could have led to a fight, sure. But the whole big thing was when he turned and he went to slash the player, and the ref was in a horrible spot. I don't know why he was standing in the middle of them before anything happened. Like he's like trying to be psychic, I guess. Took a slash in the leg, and I don't even think that was the big issue. I don't even think the refs cared that much at that point then. But then like the ref just skated at Kane like Kane was a serial killer or something, tackled him to the ice. So of course when they got up, Kane gave the ref a bit of a shove, like get the hell off me, like what are you doing?
Right.
And gets a game. I think a game suspension. I hope it's nothing more than a game. I could be wrong, but it's definitely a game.
I think they. So from what I read was that so what he got charged with was abuse of an official,
Right?
And apparently, like an abuse of an official is like 5 games or something. It's supposed to be like 5 games or 10 games or something like that.
Oh my god.
But I think from what I read was that they downgraded it to 3 games. I'm not sure if it got downgraded even more, because I mean honestly, if you watch the video, bro, it's not even.
Nah.
You can't blame him for what happened. When the ref literally looks like he tackles Evander Kane to the floor.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do when you get up? Of course you're gonna push him off of you, because like why are you tackling me? Like any sane or rational person that's going to get up from being tackled is going to push the guy off of him. You know what I mean?
And there was no fight. The ref wasn't breaking up a fight. He was breaking up 2 guys chirping each other.
exactly.
Like, chill
I mean,
out,
it was
man.
to me, honestly, it was kind of bullshit.
Well, let me throw this at you. So say that ref, okay, tackles Kane like that. What if Kane fell awkwardly and blew his knee?
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Does Kane still get a suspension because, like, for doing
Yeah,
nothing? Like, what if he blew his
that-
knee? Seriously, what if he fell awkwardly and blew his knee? You know, like
It'd be
that.
bullshit, man.
Oh, that would have been that. That would have been insane. I don't
Like,
think
what
that
the
ref
fuck
would
do
have
you
got.
even do?
I don't think he would have got out of the building alive.
Yeah.
That ref.
No.
But he looked like a
definitely
psychotic parent, running out on the ice, breaking up a fight. Like, don't hit my kid. It's like, I don't know what his investment was in that whole situation, but he was in there way too early. Let them go. Like people want to see that hate. They want to see some fights here and there.
Yeah.
These were two fighters. It wasn't like I could see if someone's being a goon and going after a small star player, someone's like Kane going after Marner or something like that. Okay, yeah, you got to get in there quick because something bad's gonna happen. Someone's gonna get seriously hurt.
Yeah.
But two big boys chirping at each other. They didn't even have their gloves off. They're just chirping at each other, and you tackle them like a madman. What the fuck was
Yeah,
that all about?
I don't know,
Like,
man. It was just
crazy shit
even
going
like
on.
like I'm rewatching it now. It's like, fucking, you kidding me?
Yeah.
You know?
So the refs are already batshit crazy. We had to see the crazy refs at the end of the season and in the playoffs, and now it looks like they're just starting off great.
And that was only preseason, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
fuck.
exactly. Oh,
So,
man. They're setting the tone, right?
I mean, I hope that's just not. Yeah, I hope that's not setting the tone. To be honest,
I know.
I can't deal with that. But what else we got? We got you got some notes, man. You've been
Well-
writing shit down like a madman.
Well, I'm a Roman Polak fan. He was an ex-Leaf, and I was watching some highlights. I didn't see the game. It was last night, I believe this happened, but I just saw some highlights during the Leaf game today. He's a big dude too, man, and he went into the boards really awkward last night, and they had to carry him off the
Oh,
ice in a
really?
stretcher.
Oh.
Yeah. Like anytime
That's
the
tough.
stretcher makes an appearance on the ice, oh man, I always
That's
think the
not
worst,
good.
Yeah. So they think he's, they don't know. They think a few weeks to a month.
Well-
Who knows?
Well, it's better than the inevitable career ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every time you see a stretcher come off, you think the worst. You know?
Oh, I do, man. I always think like, holy shit, serious back injury, neck injury. Like obviously the guy can't skate, he can't move.
Yeah.
Like hockey players are tough, man. If I've seen guys like blow a knee and they get up and skate off the ice and just go to the locker room.
Oh, yeah.
Wayne
I mean,
Gretzky even. I remember him taking a puck to the head and he had to get stitches and he just skated off the ice like oh well, just go get stitched up. And that's Wayne Gretzky. He's not even a tough guy.
I mean, Cal Clutterbuck last year in the playoffs, man, he played with a herniated disc in his back. I think he had a hairline fracture.
Oh yeah.
He had all this stuff going on with his back, but he played.
Oh, you know who's notorious for that? Is Erik Karlsson, former Ottawa Senators captain. He's on the Sharks now. He's notorious for that, man. Come the playoffs, I think every playoffs he plays hurt. He's always hurt. And it's always something serious. He's got like a sprained ankle or something like that, and yet he's out on the ice every night producing. Hockey players are tough.
Yeah, for
So to-
sure, man.
So
It's
to
like
see them get carried off in a stretcher, that's serious business.
I think there was like a player. I don't know if it was in juniors or it was in the NHL, but guy was having like heart palpitations and was like having like some like weird shit going on with his heart. So they took him out of the game. I think he actually even had like a mild heart attack on the bench.
No way.
And like he went into the back, and then like he was like feeling fine and everything was like back to normal, and he asked if he can go back out and play. It's like some
Yeah.
crazy shit. Like you
Oh, yeah.
don't see that in any other sport.
Oh,
I
know.
like these players just like want to play the game, dude.
Yep.
Like you see baseball players go out for weeks with like an ingrown like fingernail or something, or like
yeah.
a,
I know. Yeah, paper
and
cut.
yeah, like a paper cut on their finger or something, man. But so weird.
I forget who it was. There's a story that my dad tells me. So it was before my time, anyways. It was his era. One of the players in his era of hockey. And I remember him telling me it was I don't know if it was a Leaf player or Boston player or whatever, but one of the original 6 teams anyways. And he was, this guy took a puck or something to the face, had to get stitches done, and he refused Novocaine. He didn't want them to freeze it because it would take too much time. He just said, put the stitches in me so I can get back out for my next shift. Like, what a
That's
monster,
fucking
you know?
That's nuts, dude. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, man.
I love that stuff, dude. Though
Oh, I
that's
know.
my favorite part about like the sport, man. It's just the brutal
Tenacity.
the brutal like things or brutal like injuries that these players go through, and
Yeah.
they just want to play and they want to be on the ice and play hockey. You know, it's great. It's
Oh, I know.
really that's one of my favorite like things about the sport, man.
It's almost like a pride thing. I think players almost get off on that. It's like, I'm hurt, and it's like, well, I have to go back out there because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't want
exactly.
to look like a pussy in front of my teammates or whatever. You know, like I remember watching that movie Miracle. You know, with the Herb Brooks story with Team USA going all the way in the Olympics in what was it, 86, I think it was. And, you know, you see Kurt Russell, he's yelling at that player, you know, that was injured. He's like, you want me to play hurt? And he's like, I want you to be a hockey player. And I'm like, that's exactly it, man. That's what hockey players do. They play hurt. They hide their injuries. They won't tell a coach or training staff that they're hurt, you know, because they don't want to be pulled off the ice. You know, they'll get an injury. They'll be on the bench. You'll see the trainer lean in. Are you okay? And they're like, yeah, I'm fine. Meanwhile, they got like a fractured ankle after the game or something. They do an X-ray and they're like, you got broken bones, man.
Yeah.
You were not fine. You need to be out for like a month. You know, you need surgery actually. But yeah, these guys are nuts, man. They're crazy.
So the Penguins lost their first game of the year
Good.
to the Sabres yesterday. I think they played yesterday. They lost 3-1.
3-1, against Buffalo.
Yep.
So what's gonna happen with Buffalo this
So-
year? You think they're gonna not suck?
I feel like Buffalo's due for something, man. I feel like they've just been kind of. They got what's his face, right?
Jack Eichel.
Eichel, yeah.
Hey, they're not as bad as the Oilers. I mean, like, what's going on with the Oilers year after
Well,
year?
you know what it is, man. The Oilers, like, they had like first overall pick, like what, 2 times out of like 4 years or something like that.
Shit! I think even more. I think they had it like 3.
Yeah, they had like, you know, because they got Taylor Hall, they got
Connor
McDavid, right?
Yeah,
They
man.
got Nugent Hopkins, right? They
Yep.
got like all these players, but then Taylor Hall now is obviously he's on the Devils.
I was gonna say he went to New Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah. But they still have McDavid over there, right? Still, and they have Nugent Hopkins still, right?
Yeah. But Taylor Hall had to go. He just wasn't really developing there for some
No.
weird reason. And he's a great
It's-
player. And now that he's on
And
the
it's
Devils,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's weird though, because you see like the players in that are playing for the Oilers now. Like the Oilers are just not, even with these really like high caliber players, they're just not making the playoffs.
You know,
And-
it goes to show you. It's that old saying. I'm not looking for the best players. I'm looking for the best team. You can take what you
Mhm.
think are the best players. You get all those draft picks, like you say, 2-3 years of #1 picks, and pile
Yeah.
them all on a team. Trade for guys like Lucic to protect those players. And you know, if there's no chemistry, if there's I don't know if there's toxicity in the locker room, but there's obviously something that's not working. You've got on paper superstars. Connor McDavid alone should be carrying, and he is carrying that team. I'm not saying he isn't, but it's not enough. One guy can't do it, you know? And it's
No.
getting to the point where I'm like, you guys have to do something here because it's not fair for Connor. Look at Sidney Crosby. You know,
No.
they brought him to the Penguins. They didn't win the cup right away, but they built the team around Crosby. They thought, let's get some good players to play with them. We'll build the team around our superstar. And then sure enough, not only did they win the Stanley Cup, they won back-to-back Stanley Cups. You know,
But what position was Malkin drafted? Was he 2 or 3?
Malkin, I think, was 2. I can't remember.
Yeah, so they had, you know, like you said, you can't build a team around a couple of
Yeah.
really, really good forwards. Like yeah, sure, it's great. It's great to have people that can score goals for you, when you're in a pinch. But if you don't have, your backbone, which is your defense, if you don't have a decent defense, if you don't have a decent goaltending squad, you're not going to go anywhere. Like
Yeah.
you can score as many fucking goals as you want to, but if you don't have a core defense or a goalie that's going to,
Well,
help you out and, make those big saves when you really need them, you're not going to go anywhere. Just take a look at the Islanders last year. They picked up Leonard. Leonard was, had all his problems and stuff like that, and then he had a big turnaround last year. The defense came together and played well.
yeah.
They don't have a 50 goal scorer. They don't have a 40 goal scorer. They don't even have a 30 goal scorer. Maybe, Lee. I think Lee got 27 or 28 goals last year, but not even like a 30 goal scorer.
Mhm.
They just have people scoring from all lines. It's just that's what you need on a team. You need people to come together, and you need the team to go, together as
Yeah.
opposed to going alone, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Montreal did it years ago when they had Price and Halak, and they went on that amazing Stanley Cup run. They almost made it to the finals. Zero superstars, like you say, but they had a team of 20 goal scorers. They didn't have any remotely, like, not even superstars. They didn't even have any like you say, like 30 goal scorers even. They all had guys that could score 20 goals though, and they had Carey Price.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference, man, when you got the whole team chipping in. So now if you do have those teams where your top two lines can produce superstar numbers, 40 to 50 goals if you're really lucky. And then if you have your bottom six that can score goals, you're set, man. You need four lines now that can score. Gone are those days of the goons, you don't have those fourth line guys that can just scrap.
Nope.
Like even Martin, he'll score a dozen goals and punch you in the face, but he can still get 15 goals, like if he's on a roll.
Exactly. He's not gonna go out there and scores 20 goals. He's going to go out there and he's going to be a presence, and he's going to stand in the way, and he's going to block shots, and he's going to hit players, knock them down, fight people, stand up for like the young guys,
and still
That's
pop a
his
goal.
Job,
still get a goal every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while he'll put one in the
still-
back of the
they
net.
still
But
produce.
most of the time he's just skating around and just getting in the way, and that's what you need. And somebody that's getting in the way and properly, and not like just kind of just skating around and kind of standing around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need to play it like that.
You don't need me out there. Where am I supposed to be?
Yeah, or me. Yeah.
So I've been seeing some of the. Oh, sorry.
like-
What?
Well, like when I played hockey, I played roller hockey for like ever, and when I played, it was like I played forward, right? Well, first they tried me out on defense, and I was like not very. I could skate backwards, but I wasn't quick.
Yeah.
And I know when you're on defense, you need to be quick at skating backwards. And they're like, "Oh, why don't you try forward?" I was like, "All right, I'll try forward." And I was just like aimlessly skating around, and every time the puck came towards me, I was like, "Get me the fuck away from this thing!" I just pass it off to somebody else,
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't want this thing. I can't stick handle, but I like to be out here and showing my support and playing.
I remember when I was a kid, they used to just tell me, when you're playing the wing, they're like, just stand by the net.
Yeah,
just go stand in front of the net. You don't just someone will either pass it to you or shoot it, and it'll end up there for a rebound. Just stand there.
Well, that was like with me too, because I was a big guy, so it was like just stand in front of the net. The goalie can't see past you. I was like, all right, that's
exactly.
fine.
We'll find a use for you.
Yeah.
Speaking of finding uses
don't
for
fall
people, so Spezza, I noticed. Okay, so
he played tonight, right?
he played tonight. So everybody knows I'm not a big Spezza fan. I mean, I laugh at him or whatever. I have fun with him, but I don't hate the guy or anything. I'm actually glad that he's on the team because he's a good face-off guy. He's a local talent. He's from the GTA, and he's happy to be here. And I mean, I love seeing guys that grow up in the GTA playing for their home team. That's the dream come true, right? That's what every player wants. They want to play for their home team. I kind of thought
Just so
that was
everybody knows, when you say GTA, it means Greater Toronto Area, not
right.
Grand Theft Auto.
That's right, not Grand Theft Auto. I know we have a lot of gamers in the community
Dude,
too
when
that
you
like
when you
that
put
listen
that
to
on
us.
Twitter like a couple of weeks ago, I was just like, yeah, I fucking play Grand Theft Auto, bro. Like,
Oh
hell yeah.
yeah,
And
people.
you're like, oh man, I feel like everybody doesn't understand what I mean
Yeah.
when I say GTA. I was like, fuck, I feel like an idiot.
People think I'm just being a smartass. Where do you live, man? GTA, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking
oh, you said
living
the
that
game,
shit,
bro.
Yeah. Driving my Ferrari, man. I live in that shit. It's awesome. Robbing gas stations. It's the life. But yeah.
So Spezza.
So Spezza. So here's the thing. He was ready to go. He was in the lineup. He was going to play opening night. So you got to think a guy like that.
They sat him, right?
Yeah.
Opening night.
Healthy scratch. Like no rhyme or reason. Just
Really?
for the fuck of it. I might be reading
Who'd they put in
into
his
it.
place? Or who'd they play?
They had... Oh, who did they have? They had that Ligren, whatever his name is, Freddie Gauthier. Freddie Gauthier played tonight as well. So what they did tonight was they switched them up, right? So Freddie will take the face off on his strong end. Spezza will take the face off on his strong end. So they'll switch playing center depending on which side the dot is. But I mean, he's a good face-off guy. Don't get me wrong. Okay, a lot of people harp on Freddie Gauthier, and I get it. The only people harp on the goat because he's huge and he doesn't use it. He doesn't use his size. You see a guy at like the size of Freddie Gauthier, you think, oh man, we got a giant on our team. We got a Dustin Bufflin on our team. You know, he's huge.
Yeah.
He doesn't hit anybody. He doesn't hit anyone. He doesn't push anyone. He's a bit of a pansy, but he's okay at face-offs, and he's fast. He can skate. So I get it. I get why Babs kind of likes him. But I don't know, man. You put in Spezza, his face-off percentage is pretty high for an old guy. And I just thought it was kind of a slap in the face because, like I say, it's his hometown. He's probably bought like 20 seats for family and friends to come watch him play. And then he finds out that day that he's a healthy scratch, and he's going to be watching it up in the booth.
Dude, that's tough. Yeah.
Is that Babcock like asserting his dominance, like showing, the brass? Okay, you guys are in charge during the off season, and now I'm in charge. Like now that the season started, maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know.
And
who knows?
I mean, it sounds kind of like that, but
who knows?
Hopefully, it's not.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think they're still on a tryout. These guys like Spezza, Patan did play tonight as well. That's another guy that Babcock does not like. Yet he gave him a shot tonight in the lineup. And I don't know, man. These guys have heart. Like Patan's got a lot of heart. I every time I see him on the ice, I don't have anything wrong with his game. And he's one of those fourth line guys that can score you 10 or 12 goals. Like they're not terrible, but.
The Islanders sat Andrew Ladd tonight, and I was wondering why they did that.
Healthy scratch?
He was a healthy scratch, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they played. I think they played Del Cole in his, in his spot, but maybe they're gonna. It's like I feel like these first couple of games are like a tryout basis.
You know what? That's probably what it is. You're right. I'm probably reading too much into it, like fucking Toronto media.
Yeah. I mean, like if you look at it, it's like yes, these points are very, very important.
They are,
but it's also like you have some new players that need to get some chemistry together, and if you try this player with this group of guys, let's see how that works. You know, and it's like a trial and error type of thing for the first couple of games. I'm sure they'll figure it out, type of thing, but
Yeah, they play whoever works, right? And I think you're, like I say, we were saying earlier, like your top six is already established. You know who your top six guys are.
Exactly.
It's the bottom six, and they have to produce. So, like I say, it's not just about fighting and being rough anymore. Your bottom six still has to produce. So, like you say, this is there's still like trial and error, I guess. Maybe they wanted to get a good look at them in the preseason. Maybe it wasn't enough, so they're still shuffling them around. It might take 10 games before they finally have a solid bottom six. Like not just the Leafs and the Isles, like everybody, they're probably doing this, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of shuffling around.
Yeah, I'm sure every team is probably doing something along these lines. I don't think any team is going to be perfect right in the beginning. It never, unless you're
The
coming
Toronto
out the
Maple
gates and
Leafs.
you're like, didn't like Toronto a couple of years ago come out of the gates like 11-0?
Yeah.
Like that's just wild stuff.
Oh, dude, I think that was like the who was the coach then? That was not Randy Carlisle. It was
It was like 10 years ago, right? Or some shit. It was like a while ago.
it was the dude. Yeah, the dude from the Ducks. I can't remember his name. Ron Francis. That's who it was. When Francis had the team. Oh my God, man! Opening night, they lose. No big deal. First game of the season, they lose another one, and they went like 10, 12 games, 13 games without a win. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what's going on here, man? Oh, that was just the worst feeling ever. That's when people were chucking jerseys on the ice. Those were the dark days.
There was a time with the Islanders, I think it was like 4 or 5 or 6 years ago, where they went like 14 or 15 games without a win.
Yeah.
And like you sit there and you're like, what the fuck am I even watching hockey for?
Yeah.
Like I know they're gonna lose tonight. Like it's just like fucking crazy. And then they finally got that first win, and I was like, holy shit, they do win.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. The team loses like 5 in a row. Say, that's a big deal. You're like, fuck me, we just lost 5 in a row. That hurts. But then you think, okay, game, here comes another game. They gotta win tonight. You can't lose 6 in a row. And then when it gets to like 10, 12,
you can't lose 11 in a row.
Yeah, you're like, come on, man, win 15. Like win the 15th game. God damn it, win a game already. But that's just disheartening when that happened. But hey,
it's tough. But yeah, exactly.
But look at the Blues last year.
Yep.
I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
Last
man.
time, yeah.
It really comes down to the Christmas break. After the holiday break, man, it's like that's when it matters. And the Blues were solid proof of that.
After the holiday break, and it also comes down to after the All-Star break too.
Oh yeah.
Because teams send these players off to the All-Star game, and then they come back, and then a lot of times that break can mess up a team's hot streak. The Islanders had a hot streak going from I think it was around like November last year till the break for the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And they were winning games. Like I think they had gone like almost 10 in a row. I think they had won. Yeah. And they were doing really, really good. And then once the All-Star break hit, after the All-Star break, they were losing a lot. Yeah. And they went because they were like first in the division at one point, and they were like really doing good. And then after the All-Star break, they kind of just started slouching. And I feel like that sometimes is just all you need is just a small like week break, and your team loses its fire.
Yep. It can go both ways. It can either really mess you up, or it can be a nice time to regroup too. It depends on the team situation, right?
Yeah, if you're losing a lot before break, I'm sure a little break is nice to just kind of like collect yourselves and practice and figure out what's going wrong.
Yeah, it can go both ways. So
I mean, the Islanders went through and swept Pittsburgh, and then they had like a week off before the second round. I mean, that's tough to sit there and wait.
Oh, I know.
A whole week.
Yeah, it's nice
for the other games to end, and then you jump into round 2 and you're like, fuck, and then you lose all 4 games. You get swept yourselves.
I've always thought that, man. It's nice to sweep a team, but man, does it suck waiting for another team. But again, sometimes it can be a good thing. Sometimes the break is good, and you're playing a team that maybe went to a 7-game series, and maybe their bodies are a little beaten and bruised.
Maybe they're shot,
Yeah, and you're just having these nice leisurely morning skates with your team, and you're ready to kick ass. So it can go both ways. It really can. It depends on the stature of the players and the team itself, right? If you're playing one of those tough teams, or if you're playing a finesse team, yeah.
Exactly.
But I need your help, man.
All right.
So,
what do you need my help with?
So gambling is now legal in Canada, which is just lovely.
Dude, everything's fucking legal in Canada, bro.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
We're turning into Holland, man.
You guys are the best.
Yeah,
I'm moving to Canada.
We're gonna be snorting cocaine off a hooker soon. It's gonna happen.
Me, my wife, and my child are gonna move to Canada, and we're gonna live right next door to you.
Yeah, come on down, man. You can live in the garage until you get settled.
Nice.
We'll put a little heater out there for you.
That's perfect. That's all I need.
Yeah, only because you're an Islanders fan. But during the summer, we'll let you in. We'll let you sleep in the dog
Thanks,
bed
man.
or something.
Appreciate it.
You know. Yeah.
All right,
But
so what do
yeah.
you need help with? Let's do it.
Well, I'm a gambling man now. Doesn't
Okay.
take much to get me rolling. So I bet on the games, and Saturday nights are my thing. I've got a rule: I only bet on Saturdays. I don't bet every night.
Okay.
I sound like a fucking liar now, because if my dad's gonna listen to this podcast, he's gonna be like, "You told me you bet on last night's game," which is true. I did. Dude, I got so
You
close
are a
too.
liar.
Everyone was like, "Oh, the Ottawa. Sorry, not last night, 2 nights ago. Everyone's like, oh, Ottawa and the Leafs. It's gonna be a close game, like 3-2 or 2-1. You know, one of those games." And I went out on a limb and I said 6-2 final. So do you know how excited I was when it was 5-2 with like 8 minutes left? I was like, "Fucking get one more, boys! Like pull the goalie, Ottawa, so the Leafs can get another, and I'm gonna win some money here." You know, and the odds were ridiculous, because everyone thought that was going to be a really tight game, and I'm like, nah, 6-2, and then it was 5-3, and I would have won the money, and then I was another draw with Dart Guy. He gives away jerseys, autographed jerseys, and I could have been entered into a draw if my prediction was right. And I would have been entered into a draw for a signed Morgan Riley jersey. That would have been nice too.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
That would really nice.
Didn't happen. So yeah, I need some help with my bets for tomorrow.
Let's do it.
And this will be fun because every Saturday I place my bets. I bet on every team that's playing that night because I want the most money possible.
Okay.
But here's the kicker. Here's how it works. I can't be wrong at all. So it's
for any of them.
Yeah. So the minimum that you have to bet on is 3 teams or 3 games rather. That's the minimum. But I like to bet on them all because, of course, the payout's ridiculous then, right? But you run into the risk of all you need is one incorrect prediction and you're fucked. So I figure if I get you to help me, then I can blame you every time I lose.
Let's do it.
Right? Let's do it. So let's go over the games. And it'll be fun because when we recap next Friday, we can go over our predictions and see how wrong we were.
Yeah. I'm looking at all the games now, so let's do it.
Yeah, so let's start with we'll start with the fucking Habitants and the Maple Leafs, man.
Well, in my opinion, I think you should pick your team, the Maple Leafs.
Thank you. I was going to.
Because they're already 2-0. Canadians lost in overtime, so
dude,
yeah, they're sure they're going to be itching for that win. But Maple Leafs are on fire right now, man.
The Habs
they really are.
The Habs are in a really rough spot, and the Leafs are not. So I'm definitely picking the Leafs there. I'm glad we're on the same page on that one.
Hit me again.
So let's do it. So we got Toronto. Now we have New York Rangers versus the Ottawa Senators. Now,
I'm going to go with...
keep in mind, these are 2 teams in a rebuild.
Yep.
But... let me say one more thing.
Against the Rangers.
Yeah?
I'm going to bet against the Rangers.
Okay. You know what? Oh, fuck me. This is tough because the Rangers is my second favorite team, and I hate betting. I hate betting against teams that I like, but that's not how you bet. You have to do it right. And here's the thing.
I got it.
That I was going to say to you with this lineup, the Rangers and the Senators, you've got 2 rebuilds, but you have some superstar power on one team versus some experience on the other team.
Yes.
So Ottawa's got some experience, man, and they looked pretty good. I know it was a 5-3 loss to Toronto in their opening night, but they didn't get outplayed. They had a goal that was called back. Ron Hainsey got a goal that actually gave them the lead. That was the turning point. If it weren't for that, I think Ottawa could have even won that game. So I'm going to pick Ottawa too. I think that's great. We're on the same page so far. That's wonderful. We haven't had to start arguing. I'm just waiting for you to pick a team, and I'm like, no, I'm not picking them. That's stupid. You're an idiot. All right, there's a lot here. We're gonna bet on all of them, man.
All right, let's do it.
If we win, I'm gonna send you half the winnings through PayPal.
Sounds great.
This is how we fund our channel.
That's it.
Through betting. Okay, game number 3. Devils and Buffalo.
This one's tough. So if
they just played
Schneider's
tonight?
hurt, I really think the Devils might be in a tough spot, especially blowing a 4-0 lead.
Yeah. Didn't they play tonight, the Sabres and Devils? Who'd the Devils play tonight?
The Devils played Winnipeg.
Oh,
tonight.
Winnipeg. My bad. Okay. So yeah, Sabres and Devils.
Yeah, so I think, because I like the Devils, I'm gonna pick Sabres.
Yeah, eh? This is a tough one for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I don't
this is
know.
a real tough one because I really want to say Devils, but with their goalie situation right now, especially if Schneider's hurt, and
Well-
if they're gonna be playing Blackwood, he blew fucking, like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why
Shit
he
the
gave
bed.
up 4 goals in one period.
Yeah. And when
That's a
you're-
little sketch for me. You know what I mean?
When your team can score you 4 goals, you win that game.
Yeah.
Close the door,
Exactly.
man. Like close the door on that net.
And the Sabres jumped on top of the Penguins, and they beat the Penguins.
But you don't think the Devils are gonna come flying out hungry? You don't think Jack Hughes is gonna light it up and get a hat trick or anything in his revenge game?
Now you got me thinking.
It's a tough one, man. I could flip a coin on this one, to be honest with you. Blackwood is
My
going to be
gut-
playing tomorrow. I'm reading it right now. He is expected to play.
I would say my brain is telling me pick Devils, but my gut is telling me Sabres.
Well, you always got to trust your gut over your brain,
Yeah.
because brains are stupid. Guts are full of
Yeah.
poutine.
It's possible that the game might go to overtime.
Oh, are you thinking it's going to be one of those?
It's possible.
Don't talk like that, because I can bet on that too. I can bet on whether it's going overtime and get more money out of it. We'll just call it. We'll just play wins. I don't want to get that crazy. I did the score bet the other night, and it was like the toughest. That's the toughest thing to predict. It's
Well,
ridiculous.
let me tell you this. If you disagree with me, you go with your gut.
No.
My-
I can flip a coin. So on this one, anyways, I'll tell
My
you if
gut
I
is telling
strongly
me
disagree.
Sabres.
If I strongly disagreed on one, like if you were like, "Oh man, Montreal, I think they're gonna, you know,
Whoop the shit out of the Maple Leafs.
yeah, Ty Domi's gonna get, or Ty Domi, fucking Max Domi's gonna get like 12 goals. Carey Price is gonna get a shutout. It's like, yeah, I don't know, man. They've got like 2 or 3 players, and I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, I can seriously
Yeah,
flip a
I'm
coin on
really
these
thinking Sabres for that one, dude.
two. All right, let's do it. Let's go Sabres. Next up, we have Tampa Bay Lightning versus Florida Panthers. And
Lightning. I'll take Lightning. for that.
I was just gonna say, if this takes a lot of thinking, then
Yeah, no, this is
we're
definitely
gonna have
Lightning.
a problem. I'm pretty sure any night of the week, if Tampa's playing, it's a safe bet to bet on Tampa. It doesn't matter who they're playing. I think it's a pretty
Mhm.
safe bet to bet on Tampa,
Yeah.
unless they're on like an awful cold streak and they've got a fuck ton of injuries or something. But yeah, I had Tampa. I liked your quick answer there, by the way.
Yeah.
I was like, you better
Hell yeah.
fucking spit this out fast. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. This one's gonna be another one I could flip a coin to. I think Blue Jackets against Penguins.
Blue Jackets, Penguins.
I know who the better team is, but
Yeah, I know who the better team is.
I can
too.
never count
You know what?
out Columbus.
I'll pick Penguins. I don't think Penguins are going to lose their first 2 games of the season. I really don't think
I'll
that's
pick
going to happen.
Penguins too, only because it's Columbus. But I mean, the Columbus is so unpredictable, man. They're so fun to watch. Like even just watching them tonight, they're just very unpredictable. But
Yeah,
so they're coming off
they
a
are very
loss,
unpredictable. But Penguins, I can't see them losing their first 2 games of the season,
and
especially with all those players on that team. You know,
yeah, and it's a back-to-back for Columbus.
for the Blue Jackets. Yep.
Yeah, so let's go with Penguins. I agree on that one. Next up, this should be Hurricanes versus Capitals.
I want to say Capitals but Hurricanes. I mean, Hurricanes are unpredictable, bro. They really are.
They are.
But I really feel like the Capitals can fucking pull that off, go 3-0.
See, here's the thing, though. So, see, this is the thing. Of course, the Capitals are the favorite, like odds-wise, to win this.
Right.
But sometimes, like, of course, if you bet against the odds, you get more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be sure. You don't just want to bet.
Ooh.
You don't just want to bet for the underdogs and hope they fucking win, and they all don't.
I would
But,
love to see the Hurricanes beat the Capitals. I would
Yeah.
fucking love to see that.
I think I would put my
Can
money
they
on the
do it?
Caps. Yeah, for tomorrow. I think I'd put it on the Caps. It's too early, I think, for the Caps to be losing to the Canes. I think they're gonna come out and play hard. And
I mean, the
beat Canes.
Capitals
And it's in Washington.
looked even tonight. When I was watching the game, the Capitals looked sloppy at points,
Yeah.
but because it's the beginning of the season, obviously every team is going to be sloppy. They're going to miss passes. They're going to, they're going to miss shots. They hit the post like a fucking dozen times tonight, the Capitals. So I can see them winning tomorrow. But they're like, it's also another back-to-back for the Capitals. So, we'll see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna bet on the Caps
Okay.
just because the Hurricanes have Jake Gardner. And I'm pretty sure he's going to give the puck away like 1,000 times, just like he did on the Leafs.
Shit.
Yeah, fuck him. So, who did you say in this one? You said the Canes?
No, I said Capitals.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're still like best friends so far. We haven't argued over anything yet. All right. Oh, okay, here we go. Stanley Cup champs, the Blues versus Dallas Stars.
Blues and Stars, huh?
And remember, Roman Polak just got hurt on the Stars. He's fucked. One of their best D-men playing the...
I mean,
playing
I
the
feel like I
champs.
had to pick the Blues.
I have to,
Because
man. How do you not pick the...
They haven't won. They haven't won their first game yet.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna win a game against any team, the Stars would be a perfect team to win their first game against. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough to not bet on the champs. Ben Bishop is still on the Stars, eh? Shit.
I mean, O'Reilly looked really good in the game against the Capitals.
He's a beast, that guy.
He was all over the fucking place, dude.
Beast.
He's so fucking fast.
So we got 1, 2, 3 more, 4, 5, 6. 6 more games to pick from here. This is going to be a big payout if we win this, man. I'm going to put like $4 down and get like a $100 payout from this shit if we win.
Nice.
If we win.
Nice.
So let's go. Let's where am I? Lost my place. So Blues. Okay, now we got the Preds and the Wings.
Preds and Wings.
This is all in one night, Saturday night. My God, there's a lot of hockey.
So Red Wings first game, right? Is Red Wings home or away?
They are in Nashville.
Nashville's gonna win.
Yeah, I agree. Dude, like that building, it's a hard building to walk into, man.
Dude, I remember being in Nashville and I was at the it was right around playoffs for it was like a couple of years ago because I went to
lucky
Nashville
you.
for my buddy's bachelor party.
Nice.
Bro, it fucking building's beautiful. First of all, it's like right in the middle of the like the strip in Nashville. And I didn't go in. We wanted to go to the playoff game, but we couldn't get tickets to it. But
no
dude,
shit, man. Yeah, they'd be like they're
rowdy
sold out.
as fuck, dude.
I'm telling you, man. Best fans in the NHL.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
they were
man,
all over the streets after the fucking game, dude. We were all like partying with them and shit. It was crazy.
of all the cities in the world, you would not expect Nashville to have like insane hockey fans. Like they just fucking eat it up, man. Same with Vegas, actually. Vegas is nuts. When they used to do their like Lord of the Rings intros and shit like that, like
Yeah, dude.
I want to see more of that,
Fucking
man.
crazy.
You know, I want to see every team do crazy shit. So yeah, I'm picking the Preds too because they're a tough team to beat in their own building, man. They get the crowd behind them, like they act like every game's a playoff game. They're nuts. Here we go. Battle for Minnesota. We got the Wild versus the Avalanche. Colorado, Minnesota. Have you gone silent on me, or are you pondering this?
I'm pondering.
Oh shit! I was gonna say it was a long It's a long silence. You're really thinking about this
I
one,
think, yeah, no, I think I like the Avalanche in
eh?
that.
Oh, dude, yeah. This one's a no-brainer for me. I'd go Avs 100%. Who did they
Yeah.
pick up? They picked up Nazem Kadri.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going Avs 100%. Boston Bruins versus Arizona Coyotes.
Bruins, come on.
Yeah, I hate to fucking say it, but if I can use them
Two.
to win me some money, then that's all that matters. We're just
Fucking
using them.
Boston.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fucking Boston.
Fucking Boston. Fuck them. Apologies to anyone that may be in Boston listening to us, but we fucking hate your team. I'm sure you hate ours just as much. So,
Welcome to hockey.
don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave us a like. All right, now we got the Western Canada battle: Vancouver Canucks versus the Calgary Flames.
Two teams. I really want to say, let's say the Flames.
Yep,
The Canucks, man.
I've already wrote them down. I was gonna
Yeah.
say I've already wrote down my team, and I want to hear what you say. And then if you were
Like,
if you're
I
gonna say
like the
Canucks,
Canucks, man, but like,
Yeah.
fuck the Flames. It's got to be the Flames.
I was gonna write like in brackets if you said Canucks just for predictions for next Friday, just like be like, see, I told you, man, Flames. Yeah, Flames 100%, man. Do you think the Flames are gonna have another crazy year this year or what? Yeah, or do you think
I
that
think
was a one-off?
I think they'll make the playoffs again for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna be like the number one team in the West though? Like,
I don't think they'll be number one. I think there's Vegas. Fucking dude, Vegas looked real good the other night
yeah.
against the Sharks.
I don't know. I think
Like
Calgary.
real good.
I think Calgary will be up there. I don't know if they'll be number one, but they'll be up there.
Yeah,
Well,
they'll be up there. I don't
dude-
think I don't think they're gonna lead the conference or the.
Speaking of which, though, Vegas and the Sharks, both those teams, dude, are going to be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling it. Like
Again.
the Sharks. I think Jumbo Joe. You know, I'm pretty sure this is going to be his last year.
Yeah, he's gunning for that fucking ring.
You know, he hasn't won a Stanley Cup. He's won a gold medal in the Olympics. He hasn't won a cup. He knows that this is it. This is probably his last kick at the can. So I'm kind of rooting for the Sharks in the West, like in general. Anyways, yeah, Flames. What did I say? Flames versus Canucks, the Canuckles. Yeah, definitely Flames for me. We got two more. So we got LA Kings versus the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Kings haven't played yet, so are they home or away? I think they're away.
They're
Right?
going to be in Edmonton, yeah.
They're in Edmonton. Oilers won their first game, so I'll go with the underdog here, the Oilers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a tough one, man. It really is. I mean, the Kings, you would expect to win.
Yeah.
Edmonton's got to get their shit together.
I really want them to.
And-
want them to.
And, you know, like the changes they've made and everything else. Like, I think, like I was mentioning earlier too, man, what do you do with Connor McDavid? Do you let him rot on a bottom team? Like, they're not even close
Yeah,
to
you can't,
being a
dude.
winning team. They're not just like not making the playoffs. They're like a shit team every year. They're like bottom feeders. Are you gonna let a
Mhm.
guy like Connor? That's not fair to let a guy like Connor McDavid rot on a shitty team, because obviously it's a brass problem. It's not. You know, it's
Oh, yeah.
it's not Connor McDavid's fault. That's for sure. I mean, the guy is on a shitty team, and yet
Mhm.
he's always like a top player in the NHL.
Always.
So could you imagine him on a team with, like, say the Leafs, or like a team with some studs, some power? You know, put him on the Flames, put him on Boston, put him on any other team, put him on Tampa Bay, put him on anyone but Edmonton. Could you imagine what he could do?
Yeah, exactly, dude.
You know?
I can't see them losing all the fucking time. They got to I feel like they might turn around this year. They have to.
They got to win at least a couple of games.
I really feel like if they don't make the playoffs, they're going to be like right there.
This one scares me though, dude, because like I say, you only have to get one wrong and then it's all
Mhm.
screwed. And I've been in that situation where I'm watching the
So-
scores and I'm like, oh, we're looking good, man. And this is the most that I'd ever bet on. Like, this is a ridiculous amount of hockey games in one night.
So
This
who'd
is
they play their first game? The Oilers.
Edmonton. Let's go back and have a little look.
Yeah, I'm
They
taking a
would
look
have
right now.
played on
Wednesday, I think it was. They played the Canucks, and it
Eh.
was 3-2 final.
Yeah,
No overtime.
close game against two shitty teams.
Okay, so
And LA is not the LA they used to be, mind you, but they
No.
still have some veteran presence and some really good players and a really good goalie. But let's
well,
just
they still got
hope.
Doughty.
Yeah, Doughty fucking doesn't even have an agent. He represents himself. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't even use an agent. He walks in and negotiates on his own. I always thought he was a dummy because when you hear him talk, he's like he swears constantly. Like he doesn't sound like an intelligent man. Like he's always like he just sounds goofy half the time.
Right.
But
yeah.
don't let that fool you, man. He's a brain. Yeah,
It's
he
crazy.
doesn't use an agent, and he gets big fucking contracts. Like he yeah.
Bizarre. And Kopitar still play for the Kings?
Yeah. Kopitar, Brown.
Yeah, I feel like Kopitar is really not what he used to be. I feel like he's past his prime now.
They got stupid Fanuff. Oh, wait a minute. Is Fanuff still on there? Or did he get moved
Phaneuf.
somewhere? No, he still plays for them, I think.
I don't remember or hear about him getting moved at all.
Yeah, I don't think he got moved. I think he's still with the Kings. Doughty must just hate that.
I don't know. It's a tough game, man. What do you think?
Well, I'm going to go with the Oilers just for the hope
Okay.
and for the odds.
All right.
The odds are good, and let's just hope that Connor McDavid gets like 5 goals.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
You know?
He
Let's do
deserves
it.
every single one of them.
We got one more game here.
Last game.
Where am I? Where are we?
We were just talking about it before too. Sharks and Ducks, right?
That's the one. Sharks and Ducks, man. Like these are going to be the fun games to watch. These teams just hate each other and pretty evenly matched, man. It's like Titans versus Titans. They're big
Yep.
dudes versus big dudes.
I'm gonna take the Sharks though for this one.
Yeah?
They need a win, and I feel like they can beat the Ducks for sure.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, I fucked up. I was thinking of Vegas, not the Sharks and the Ducks. I'm thinking of Sharks and Vegas.
well,
That's gonna
Sharks
be
and
the
Vegas
funnest one.
are
They're-
tonight. I think they play tonight.
Oh, yeah, they
Playing
do
right now.
actually. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, I was all fucked up. But yeah, this one's Sharks and Ducks, and yeah, I'm gonna say Sharks too on this one. I actually haven't really been up to speed with the Ducks, to be honest with you.
Yeah, neither have I.
I don't really know what's going on over there. I know they've got Gibson in net. But other than that, like I don't know what changes they've made in the off season, if they've made many. I guess I'll find out Saturday night. I'll probably watch that one for the late game. So that's it, dude. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? Did I count that right? That's a lot of fucking games in one night. Gotta love Hockey Night in Canada. That's what we call it here.
It's
anyways.
wild.
Yeah, dude. Saturday nights are our like Sunday is like football day, in the States and all that. Like it's in Canada, it's fucking Saturday night.
Well, at least like you guys probably have like your own like TV station dedicated to hockey, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like over here in the States, man, ESPN is only football and baseball and just like a spit of fucking hockey. Like they
Dude.
don't talk about hockey at all on fucking ESPN, dude. It's like-
drives me nuts. I've been in New York and it's been like playoff season, and New York is in the playoffs. And
yeah, and
I'll go into a
all
bar.
they talk about is fucking like, basketball.
Like college basketball, even. Not even
Yeah, dude.
NBA. I'm like, you're showing a college basketball game. You got the fucking Rangers and the Islanders, in the playoffs. Do you have how many TVs do you have? Can I get a fucking hockey game in here or what? And then they're just
That's
like, you're Canadian, aren't you? Get the
It's,
fuck out of here.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm that guy. Yo, man, you got any hockey games in here or what? But all right, so there we go.
They look at you funny then.
I gotta go down to the grocery store tomorrow. Run my errands. I'm gonna get my gambling ticket because that's where they sell them, at the grocery store. I love it. Yeah, we sell liquor at grocery stores now too. We never used to be able to do that in Canada.
So they sell weed at the grocery stores too?
Oh fuck, I hope so. Maybe one of these days. That'd be nice. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Is like a
Crazy.
whole aisle just dedicated to it. Imagine the shoplifting that'd be going on in something like that. Oh man. See like people fucking
Sick.
stuffing like, hey man, you look like you're like 30 pounds heavier walking out, and they just got like their shirts stuffed
Nope.
full of bags of weed.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You can hear it
Promise.
crinkling as they're walking. Like, no, gotta go.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, man. That's our picks. That's it. You got
That's
anything
it, man.
anything else you want to tell these lovely hosers out there or what?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Oh, I just said, is there anything else you want to tell all the hosers out there, or are we
Nah,
gonna-
I think that about wraps it up.
Well,
We covered a bunch of shit today.
we'll leave them wanting
Lot of-
more then,
Yeah.
you know?
We'll find something to talk about. Well, we got the picks to talk about next time.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a week full of fucking games to talk about.
Oh,
I'm
definitely.
sure that there's gonna be some news, there's gonna be some injuries. We'll see some shit going down.
Yep.
I don't pray for injuries, but they happen.
No, of
We'll
course
see what's
not.
going on in the week.
Yeah. No, of course not. I never get off on that. I know some people, even when there's a fight, I love
Yeah.
watching fights, but the minute I see a guy fall awkwardly or hit his head or even a punch, a
know,
guy gets
dude.
knocked out, I think, oh shit, like
Every time I see someone get ran into the boards, man, I always get fucking like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
yeah, I never want to see anyone get hurt. That's not sport,
No, yeah, I think that about wraps it up then.
That wraps it up, my friends. Then we're out of here, and we'll see you hosers next Friday. I guess we'll play it by ear for the time. We'll see who's playing.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
gotta see who's playing. If there's games, it's probably gonna be at 9:30 p.m. again.
Yeah,
If not, we'll be back at a normal time, 8 o'clock,
yeah,
8 p.m.
yeah. So
Eastern.
basically, for anyone listening, the way we run it, because G and I like to watch our teams play, obviously. So if there's an Islanders game or a Leaf game that night, we're gonna watch it, and then we'll do the stream after. If there's any other games, we'll probably just kind of course, watch those, but we do the stream and watch games at the same time. Craig's usually got like fucking four games on at once. You're maniac.
Just stream them.
Yeah. You just stream them all in like different, like you gotta like get your window, like the half.
Yeah,
thing
dude, it
going
was
on,
wild. I had the Islander game up on my TV,
Yeah.
just regular TV or whatever,
Yeah.
and then I had the Leafs game up on one of my monitors, and I had the Devils game up on the other monitor. It was fucking like Hockey Central over here, man.
It's like a sports bar. I love it.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Well, you enjoy your night.
Oh, you enjoy your night, sir.
And your weekend, my friend. We'll keep in touch. We're always letting fill each other in on the hockey news, and I'll let you know how our picks end up tomorrow as well. I've got them all written down, so fingers crossed, dude.
Sounds good. Can't
All right.
wait.
All right, buddy. And all you hosers out there, thanks for watching us. Subscribe to the channel. Leave us a like. Don't be afraid to comment. Whether it's positive, negative, we welcome it all. And we'll see you again next Friday.
Hell yeah.